Good evening and welcome to Tev's Next Idea. I am Terrence Koch and I am continuing to stream here Higurashi When They Cry Who. And this is the fourth stream. This is a visual novel, so basically, if everything goes according to what happened the last three games, you're just going to be listening to me read for the next 45 minutes to an hour, because nothing happens. It's just a story. No choices. But we are doing this because my son gave me this game a couple years ago, who has just popped into the chat. Good evening, Digital. And he likes to watch me play the games that he gives me, but since we don't live near each other and he can't look over my shoulder, it's great to be able to record, and I decided I've done that before just on YouTube, but I am decided to do this one on Twitch. So you know the drill. Japanese visual novel. Beware, there might be some adult situations, not super adult, but this isn't for the young kids. I'm going to be reading, I'm going to be continuing on. In the lower left-hand corner is our Reina counter. What is the Reina counter? The Reina counter is whenever the one character in this game, Reina, gets embarrassed or turns red or something like that, we tick that counter up one. I got a weird circle spinning on my... Oop! I just got an error. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if I can get this to get back up again and start. Okay. I apologize for that. Okay. Give me a second here to make sure that the stream is good and solid. I'm still spinning. The joys. We have been having some internet issues at my house this week, and I don't know what this is all about, but okay, I think it locked in, and I think we're good. Okay, so let's try this. So the build-up is tangible. No, really. Let's see, continue, and we are at the end of Chapter 3, so we're going to load. Yes. And see if this... Let me just look at the tips just to make sure that would tell me if I did... Yeah, there's the magazines that we looked at. Okay, so we're good. I don't know if we need any build-up on or any back on the story, but apparently I am the only guy in a school full of girls. At least that's the way that it seems. We are in the... I'd say somewhere between the 12 to 16 age range for all of them. And Reina likes to go to the garbage dump. It's, I think, an old dam construction site where it has been turned unofficially into a garbage dump, and she has a thing for Colonel Sanders. This will all make sense later on. I'm sure it will. The function of the school as an educational facility is very questionable. I laugh because I think I have commented on that all we do is sit around and talk about games or other things. I see no teachers. It's just us kids. Okay, our PE class exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. No helping it. Everybody's a different age or gender. Okay, there's Reina. The only rule was that we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. That might be getting plenty of exercise. But the Board of Education probably completely forgot about this school. I mean, after all, we are just like an old warehouse turned into a classroom. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What shall we do for today for PE? All right. We have all of our members gathered now. Now then, class representative, What shall we do for PE today? What shall we do? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. So, even our PE class is run by the kids. Now, I should have went to this school when I was a kid. And I wouldn't have learned anything, but it would have been more fun. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports or games. Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust in is your own body. What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped without missing a beat. And so, we'll be taking a lesson from history, the tried and true king of all outdoor melee events. Let's play tag. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. That dunderhead Kichi-chan shall be the first one to be it. Oh wait, that's Sakura. Okay, that was the wrong voice. This is the mean girl. I was about to say, why is Reina being so nice, or being so mean? But that's not Reina. I won't be beaten. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why are you guys all so into it? Oh, yeah, good old Misu. The third rule of our society. You must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. You will have fun. Then, this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other, because they knew life is a club activity. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Reina was looking at me as if she was pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. Oh, look. My daughter is playing a horror game. Phantasmagoria. Okay. I'm in! Apparently, chasing down ghosts is more important than watching her dad read schoolgirls' dialogue. My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. So I guess that's me. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The end game would become a hellish siege. They call the version we're playing here zombie tag, you see. Okay. I see. Anyone affected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Why do you make it sound so scary, I wonder? I wonder. As soon as I catch Reina, I'm going to tear out her entrails while she is still alive. Gross, Kichi-chan! That's gross! Does this count? Do I need to... Should I count that as a... Rika-chan placed her hand on Reina's head as she panicked. Don't worry. Before Kichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently. Rika, that isn't comforting at all. Both Mion and I nodded deeply. So, the first it, how do you decide who's the zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Well, it is class time after all. Let's decide by answering questions. I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer it is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. What does the Japanese word ruku mean? It means a TV that plays whatever you want it to. Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it. So you need to answer. What ruku is in English? It's 6. What? How about Kutsushita? Sounds like a TV brand. Socks! What's the third last letter in the alphabet? It's X. What does Sibetsu mean? Thank you, Misu. Of course I know what that is. Say... Satoko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see. It's quite a lewd question. You're an adult. You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what it is, right? No. I certainly do. Of course I know. Then go ahead and say it. That, you know. That. What does that mean exactly? Haha, Satoko looks like she's in trouble. How cute! Don't take her home. It's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it, nice and loudly. What does that mean? I do know. I do know. Say... That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event which has been previously indicated in context. What is this? Like, a 12-year-old girl, 11-year-old girl knows this? Huh. All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out, "You know what," at the top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. Because girls can't be your enemy? If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted a-hole. Okay. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Satoko Huju, shall assume the role of the zombie. Okay, is her last name the Who in When They Cry Who? I shall eat everyone. Seems like she's raring to go. All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerks skip numbers while they're counting to 100, so you can you can start chasing after you solve this problem. Whoa, Kichi-kun! Give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate. Oh no! There are no common denominators. Satoko grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground. If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? Just as I am finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted, "Ready? Go!" On Mion's signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. Hehe, Kichi-kun, that wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to look stupid. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really bad. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. About time she had a taste of her own medicine. I stood at one of the ends of the corners of school. I had clear sight lines in two directions and would probably have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Kichi Mayabra. If I was it, what would I do? increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Then, going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning, me! Now then, where could Kichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape. But of course, what would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell, or maybe some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita, Akumura, have you seen Kichi-chan recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Akumura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. Snitches. After confirming she was headed in this direction, I abandoned my position, and apparently these are mystery kids that just popped up out of nowhere. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at the disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Satoko Huju that her parents are at the gate, please. Message, ahaha! Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Wait, don't go yet! Also, take this one to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her the teacher is calling her to the gate. I'm quite the schemer, if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine, as long as it bought me more time. Dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand. You should see me acting this out. I got the hand out and everything. Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time, and it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd start spreading false information through the messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. Really? The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. We all went inside and played Pandemic instead. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. My Abra-san isn't around. Is he over there? Nope. Where's Kishi-san, I wonder? His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they have to search until the school bell. Hey, do you know where Kichi-chan is at? His mom suddenly really got sick. A message for my Abra-san. They said his house caught fire and he needs to come to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maeba residence. The police have come to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. What? Is it true that he's going every night stealing panties? Who were they talking about? I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way I would do that. I heard that class representative Mion was a victim, too. What? Ugh. This was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Kichi Maeda. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all of those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion. It's my victory. You figure. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student in my Aberson is a really perverted person. Kaya! The cost of beating Mion at too high a price. Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole school. I'm gonna go to jail. Oh, someone passed below. That's Reina and Riki-chan. Riki-chan, you're still okay. I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mi-chan is it as well. Mion, it couldn't be. She become it because of my little strategy? This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then this wasn't good. Now, okay, let's pause here for a second. Rena, they haven't said anything textually about Rena, but it looks like she's a little bit blushed, which would make sense based on everything the kids are saying. I'll still hold off on clicking that up one, but I don't know. I think we can legitimately put a 1 up there. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Satoko-chan, Satoko is searching around the pipe, so we should be safe here for a while. Oh, they're hiding. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Reina was slumped on the ground, breathing heavily, Rika-chan has started creeping up to her. Uh-oh. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be. Whoa! Riki-chan! What is it? What is it? Huh? Don't worry. I've never seen Riki-chan smile so creepily before. Why are you coming closer? Why? Riki-chan isn't a zombie, is she? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. No way! Riki-chan, no, eek! Rena was pressed against the wall, and Riki-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Rena quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. So this is this week's horror scene. At that moment, Rena's eyes met mine. Kichi-kun, save me! Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me. Found him! I see Kishan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous was when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good. You said you located Kichi-chan! I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed like Riki-chan had let Rena escape, and now she was barring her fangs in my direction. Urgh! Ooh! Come on down, Kishan. The 3 zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too scary. I wonder how Kishi-san's guts taste. Kishi-san? Kichi, I want you to become one of us. So someone, please save me. I saw Reina apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. sorry. Leaving me for dead? Reina! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Satoko and Rika jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Stop! Stop! So this means Reina is still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Reina. How dare you leave me for dead? The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful Ghost with lingering regrets felt. It's sad, so sad, but Kichi is one of us now. I felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire, and I was one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Zombie tag is quite profound. This is no time to postulate. We must capture Reina. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Reina, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except, I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night. A vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds. Everyone listen. Reina's in big trouble. All of you, please look for Reina. It's a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh, yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Neon whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, it's not even in the same league as jumbo jets. What fell on Reina's house was a space colony. A space colony? Yeah, it's a really big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated. But that's only the prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning, the start of a war of her independence by the propagandipality of Zeon. And apparently a bunch of not very bright kids who don't realize that 100 kilometers would probably have wiped us out as well. The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events. They just realized they're invincible because they didn't die. What? What will happen? Will the Tehran Federation lose? Wait, where did the Tehran Federation come from? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Reina Ryugu. The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Reina. Now scatter, comrades. We must find Reina. My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone. But I thought that even the Tehran Federation's impulse wave diffuse cannon didn't work on the Comet Empire. You're close. That's the white variety of those comets. The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak point. Of course, Reina knows their weak point all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing! Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Reina. It does seem like there are some promising ups and comers among the youngsters, and one of the more interesting little tales that we've had in this game so far. Little Ki-chan's abilities, this old man knows them better now. It didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Whoever that was. Really though, how exceptional, Kishi-san. This looks quite promising. If we have this many, we can win. With this many, we will win. I was thinking that Kichi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Rika-chan's words stung a bit, but I'd let it slide for now. Not even Reina would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Reina was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. Yeah, you're all scary. Kichi-kun too. So scary. It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Reina, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control a mech. Rena, how could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? I'm sorry about that, Kichi-kun, but I didn't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Now, Reina, say your prayers. Reina had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. These are some vicious little girls. I closed in, associating this situation with a similar, particularly immoral one, made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Satoko and Riki-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Reina. Reina, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Kichi-kun, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. Now then, are you ready? Okay, so long as it's Kichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe that Kichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Arrgh, body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside of me died instantly. There's the bell. There's the bell. Game over. Okay, that's it. Have a nice night, everyone. No. Yay! I did it. I did it. I survived. Yay! Yay! Star! Reina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. Hey, so daylight broke in at the nick of time and the evil zombie army disintegrated into dust. And so, the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway. What are you postulating about? This is all because Kichi-chan was dawdling about. Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and Riki-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Okay, my screen just went crazy again on my player here on Twitch. Let me hit this button, wait for it to come back. Okay, everything's back. Ooh. Okay. Eek! Forgive me! Eek! Then the award for surviving goes to Reina, Ryugu, and Mion Sonozaki. Yay! Whoa! Wait a second. Huh? Michan wasn't a zombie? Only pretended to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy you know. Oh, come on. Come on. Ooh, Mion, you little... Beep. Yeah. Hurry up and change, all right. Don't be late for the next class. Let go of me, Satoko, Riki-chan. Whoa! Having had my fill of being terrified To my very core of my club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Neon crying for mercy next time. Yeah. Higurashi, when they cry. You know, I'm going to get back at this Neon one day. And we're walking down the street. School's over. We learn nothing. Because, you know, we go to a bum school. After arriving home, I quickly made preparation to head out once again. Well, nothing says stay put like leaving. I had agreed to meet with Raina to dig Colonel Sanders out of that mountain of treasure from before. You see, I told you we were going to talk about Colonel Sanders. Ugh. What does he see about Colonel Sanders? I got to think of some Sanders jokes. Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too. Aren't they in the shed out back? The towels are by the sink. All right, now I was ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically. What's going on, Kichi? Where are you heading to in that getup? If they come to the dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely and it'll be impossible to dig him out. Okay, we're talking about Colonel Sanders. I was like, what? If that happens, Raina would undoubtedly go after the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town. A bit of excavating, so my classmate doesn't become a criminal. Well, don't be out too late. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. Cutting through the woods was a shortcut to the dam site. I ran into someone. Oh. It was Tomataki-san. Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight. Hey, long time no see. Kichi-kun, right? My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything. By the way, was that girl an acquaintance of yours? He was probably talking about Raina, guessing by the way Tomataki-san was shaken up. What was that all about? She was walking around with an axe, and she was laughing with a huge smile across her face. That was Raina. Without a doubt, it was probably because she could take it home today, so she couldn't hide her excitement. I hid myself because I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? Well, it certainly would be quite a spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with an axe. Tomataki-san's reaction was the epitome of logical. It's fine. It's fine. Just leave her be. She's just wandering around looking for more victims. Tomataki-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Raina. I'll just toss a bunch of BS out there. If you were to be killed out there, she'd probably be the one to do it. Try not to snoop too much around here. With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Raina was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomataki-san abruptly called out to me. Kichi-kun, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? I didn't mean this seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomataki-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I said something bad. Okay, the bridge again, the giant bridge. Going across to the dam/dump site. We're in the garbage. Oh, look. And she has a nice white dress on. Exactly what you want to be rummaging around garbage and digging up Colonel Sanders with. Maybe she's trying to get into the same groove as Colonel Sanders. He dresses in white. She dresses in white. Who knows? Kichi-kun, I was waiting for you. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomotaki-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting around while waving an axe around certainly would seem dangerous. So you should cover the axe with something when you have it in public. It's not good to carry it around out in the open like that. Seems like I lost it, so there isn't one. What? Thinking about it, there was really no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Reina's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry an axe around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious. Or they're scared of her. Ah well, let's finish this today. If we bust through the last beam, we should be able to pull him out. I've got everything I need. Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Reina and made my way up to the unstable slope. Just wait, Colonel Sanders. Kichi-kun will save you. All right. Get back. I'll finish this in one go. Why I say it like that, I don't know. A solid thwack ran throughout Hinamizawa as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. And it's okay. How is it? Thinking you can do it? If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself. If I can break through this, then we'll be good. I have plenty of power today. I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than I had expected. First of all, I'd never used an axe before. During a school camping trip, I had wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired. I decided to take a break. Rena had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. I'm fine. I'm almost there. I'll make sure Rena can give Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss tonight. This is creepy. This is the creepiest thing about the whole game. Yeah, thanks. Giving Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss. Who? Come to think of it, Rena, you're a transfer student too, right? You're a transfer student too, right? Where did you live before? Kentucky. I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I had thought she'd lived here all her life. In Kanto. It wasn't as rural as out here, but it was still out in the countryside. Why did you move here? To Hinamizawa, I mean. You know, this is pretty far out in the boonies. Why did you move here? Did it have to do with your dad's work? Dad said he wanted to move out to the studio. He'd been saying for a while that somewhere deep in the mountains like this would be perfect. Studio? Is your father an artist or something? He paints scenery. Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started this, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in Makuhari Misi. Okay, next time, Andrew, you get me a game that is set in the United States. Preferably Florida. Too many Indian names down there. Preferably Washington or the mid-eastern border. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. That's amazing. Let me see them next time. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I really didn't know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up a while giving some vague answers. But you transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you? Wasn't that a hassle? Not really. I was getting bored of the city anyway. I wasn't trying to get answers from Reina, but I ended up being the one giving it. I was trying to get answers from Reina, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the axe and headed back to the worksite. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Raina as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. Hoo-yah! You little... Dang it! I had swung the axe countless of times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people, ever. The more you know. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the axe not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue's shoulder as well. Oh, great. Oh, great. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. Ah! Is this me? Is this... What's the matter? Are you hurt? Sorry. The figure's arm. It broke it off. Oh, that's all. I thought Kichi-kun hurt himself. I have another arm right here I found last week. If you've been here for a while, you know there's an arm missing. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Raina said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled. We just need to tape it back on and put a coat over him. Nobody will ever notice. I see. Let's pull him out then. Can you get that side? Okay. Seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Raina and Mion knew how sickening that incident was. So they pretended they didn't know. That's right, they don't want to talk about it, even though I asked them. I had looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared. You're pathetic, Kishi Maebra. All right, Raina. Wait, that's me. You're pathetic, Kishi Maebra. All right, Raina, let's do this in one go. Ready, and... Whoa! We did it! We did it, Kichi-kun! Yay! The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought in to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master is a pretty decent person. Though I'd be worried. Whoa! Colonel Sanders, he really is cute. It didn't matter that he was dirty. Raina nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Raina's happy face made it all worth it. I'll help you carry it back. It'd be bad if it gets dark. Yeah, right. I really want to thank you. Kichi-kun, I won't forget this. Think real hard about what you'll do to repay me, okay? Well, I wonder what kind of repayment. I wonder. For now, I just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in a tarp and lifted him. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill, carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed axe. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomataki-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we'll need to get rid of him. LOL. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words Tomataki-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. Higurashi, when they cry. Are we, like, is that the end of... You have received new tips. What kind of name is Raina? Well, let's view the new tips before we go for the night. Big old 0. I guess Reina's getting a little more used to me. Let's see, all new tips. What do we got here? Just one? What kind of name is Reina? Okay, so we got one. This is going to be in the classroom, because it usually is. And we're going to be talking to Reina. Reina's not here. Do you know where she is, Kichi? Huh? She was just here. She was just there, actually. Hey, Mion! Where did Reina go? Reina? Didn't she go to the bathroom? She did say she's been having bowel troubles lately. 'Cause yes, little girls say bowel troubles. I hadn't heard anything about that. Satoko, do you know where Reina went? Reina, you say? I just passed her in the hallway. Reina has class duties today, so she's off to water the flower bed. Aha, it was Reina's turn for class duty. That's very much appreciated. Reina! 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 Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude for me to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. Really? Okay, compared to some of these other names, it was like some foreigner's name. Like someone from, I don't know, Japan? What kind of a name is Reina, I wonder? What kind of kanji does her name use? Reina is her nickname. She has a proper name as well. What? Really? I was sure that Reina Ryugu was her full name. Well, I can understand you making that mistake, since we only call her Reina. She even signs her name as Reina. It's like it's her real name in school. But then again, there's no adults in this school, so it doesn't matter. I wonder what her real name is. Let's ask her when she comes back. Satoko and Rika-chan looked at each other, because, you know, they just kind of admitted they know what her real name is. Why don't you, Kichi, just ask us? Or are you dumb? You don't need to ask her. We'll tell you what it is. I guess that's Mika. It's the reef. It's the reef from Ori and the Na from Nara. Her real name is Reina Ryugu. Reina, is it? So it's read out as Rena instead of Reina. That's a pretty interesting reading. No, that's not it. Reina is the correct way. Reina had told us that she wanted us to call her Rena. So we call her Rena. Kichan, Rena is Rena, you know. Only strangers call her Rena. You get where this is going? No, I don't get where this is. It gets like you guys are nuts. That's where it goes. I understood what Mion was saying. Mion is crazy. It didn't matter what her real name was, only what names were used between us. Rena Ryugu is Rena. She's nobody other than that. So I was thinking, if I had a nickname, would you call me by that? If it's good. So what do you want to be called? Con Man. It didn't work, though. Rena then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Rena people were looking for her. Let me guess. At the gate? What is this now? Who is looking for me, I wonder? I wonder. Seeing that, both Mion and I sneered. Bailiff Ryugu doth show herself. Conman, you're quite sinister. Well, what is this? What is this? Hichi-kun and Michan are evil bailiffs. A con man. Damn you. Rena Nosuku Ryugu? Today doth be when thou meeteth thy maker. Have at thee. What is the crucible? Wah! Wah! Suki-san, Kaku-san, show them what for. Maybe? Aye, aye, sir. I guess that. I expect my fee to be paid to my Swiss bank account. Since it's come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. Rena's face. Fierce punches exploded in proper timing, taking out the seal. We have a seal in the room? The evil that was Mion and myself was vanquished in the end. I do hope that Rena does go on a journey to make the world a better place. How about heading to Nagatucho? My destination is decided where the cute stuff gathers. Unlike some other people who go where the wild things are. The toll of the bell signaled that break time was over. Come on, Kichi-kun, Michan, the teacher's coming. I took Reina's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Man, oh man. Got to buckle down for one more. Because you know, those days at school are rough. Don't know what that was all about, but it was one more thing to read. Again, hour of reading. We look forward to another hour of reading next time. Seems like we got a pattern here. We go to school in the morning. We go to the dump at night. School in the morning, dump at night. Where is this going? We don't know. Will we ever find the missing arm? Probably not. Will things get scary and weird? No. Will they get more silly and crazy? Probably. Tune in next time when we continue with Higurashi, When They Cry Who, on part 5. Don't know when that'll be. But thanks for watching. Again, I'm Terrence. I run Tev's Next Idea. I think that's at tevsnextidea.blogspot.com. However, the address for that is in the description for this channel. Go and visit there. I do, there's a lot of stories there that I write that are playthroughs of my solo role-playing. And really soon, probably this week, I will start posting my next solo roleplay. It will be my writings from a journaling game that I'm playing called Help, I Have a Crush on My Rival. I'll let you figure out what that game is all about. Or if you are interested in some little more serious writing, I write a lot of my articles about my faith on half-air.com. Once again, the address is in the description. And yes, I am a Christian who plays video games. And thanks for being here. And just want to say that if you are not a Christian, I will say there's a good chance that what you know about God or have heard might be wrong. So I do suggest that you find a good source. I have some articles on my site, some other references. You may want to check that, but we're glad that you're here. And if you missed some of my previous games and you want to see those, again, there is a link right here in the description to my playlist, and I believe that's also on the description. And I have some of the other games that I have played in the past for my son. Games like, was it the Tomb Raider? I think it was the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the second one, or what's the other one? Oh, I played the Telltale for Borderlands, the Borderlands game. I played that and a few other things, so you may want to check those out. Okay, so thanks for stopping by and watching. This is Terrence, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Definitely in 2 weeks I'll have some time, but I'll try to get on before then. So thanks for watching. Good night.